Yo, what's going on, guys? Next gen nostalgia is back. We have more Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection coverage for you.
We can't get enough.
Every time. And actually, we dropped a video, and by the time I uploaded it, they dropped this trailer. And I was like, God, did I miss things in the last video? So we're going to cover all that. We have some Legacy Collection news, and we even went over the stuff that they announced at EVO, which is obviously part of this whole situation.
So much news in like
so much
24
news.
hours.
And we had somebody there at EVO that covered it, and he asked great questions, great interview. He went straight to it, no bullshit. He went right to the jugular, you know. So let's get into it. So first, we've seen this trailer. We're gonna play it and just pretty much give our initial thoughts. It's 30 seconds, so cool.
We knew pretty early on that the game was fun to play.
Like on this trailer, doesn't show blood. This is
Oh,
the
yeah.
launch trailer.
Something that added to the mystique of Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah. Trilogy.
Man,
Yes.
there it is,
Yes.
folks.
There it is, officially. Obviously, we went over the what you call it? We went over the actual physical copies in the last
Right.
video. But here, I did miss this part right here, which is which is the standard editions. So normally you would get your standard edition, and come to find out, they have, I love the standard edition box, by the way.
Yeah.
They have different slipcase colors. One for Scorpion, Reptile Green, Smoke Black, Sub-Zero Blue, and the standard edition. So, and they're Atari exclusive. So fuck you guys, because now you're adding to the price. And actually, we have something to go with that, boss. He's showing us this is where we're at right now.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat bills. We're at $323.91. You got one deluxe, one collector, and one standard. That's not including the digital version.
Yeah, and I still
that
got
we're gonna
my
need.
versions on Steam and Xbox. So guess what? As in a video that we discussed many months ago, link in the description below, we
even
told
put it there.
y'all, we told you guys that we were going to buy multiple copies of this game. This was a license to print money, WB, and you did it.
You did it. You know what? The shills are gonna buy it. The hardcores are gonna buy it.
There's no reason
Collectors
for
are
a
gonna
grown
buy
man who owns all these games to buy them again and to buy them on every console. Why would I do that? Because you know what? I'm sick in the head for Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, it's a sickness. It's a sickness. We're sick fucks. Sick fucks. Yeah, this is just the icing on the cake, and it's scummy, but we can't help it, you know.
I mean, look. This is not even trying to be a flex, whatever. Because if you can only buy one copy for your PlayStation 5, your Switch, whatever, knock you. But for me, this is the game that I want to be able to, like, someone talks shit on this system, I'm there. Someone talks shit on that system, I'm there. I'm ready to play. You know, excuses, whatever. You know what I mean? So,
But you brought up a good point
what's that?
about being on a different platform.
Yeah.
Because our buddy over here, Rexer, he asked those questions. What about crossplay? What about the release date? What about this? What about that? Like he really nailed them down, and I just want to, as many ways we can get this message out. Like, this is how you interview. This is how you actually ask questions, not this beat around the bush shit.
Yeah.
And actually, I hate to say it, not even hate to say it, but the truth is, his interview was more informative than the actual EVO panel that they paid these fuckers to be there for and be on stage.
And one more thing, he's not mean. He's not being a dick about it. He's just asking questions.
Just asking questions,
Hardcore
maintaining
gamers.
eye contact.
That would want to know.
And shout out to the guy he interviewed. You know, he was fighting his life not to reveal anything, but there was things that you know, if you read the room, you can figure out what's going on. So shout out to Rexer. We're gonna have his video as well in the description. Check out the full interview. I think he goes over just the whole EVO experience for him with MK Legacy. So we're gonna play this. This is we're starting off right where he started talking about the release date because as you know, we went over the leak
the
release
rumored.
date for. So they touch that. So let's see what he says.
Collections of the games, the deluxe collection, early in August. What can you tell us about the release date? Can you give us a specific date?
Yeah, right now we can only announce that it's fall, but we will be announcing it very soon. So stay tuned. We'll definitely we won't leave you hanging for very long.
Now, when you see somebody, you ask them a question and they get to doing that stuttering blink, that brain freeze, like they just close their eyes. His firewall is all the way up. He's turned all the way up.
Yeah.
He's trying to say the whatever date it's coming out on. We obviously see the Xbox leak. Hopefully that was the date, which would help us out.
Mm-hmm.
But now we have these conflicting dates now because you look on the Atari website, it's saying December 12th for the premium edition. And he's fighting his life saying fall. The website says December. We're trying to figure this out. So we're going to go back to the interview. I just had to point that out. So you're going to notice that throughout the interview, whenever he asks him a question that he can't reveal what it is, he does this really long, just paralyzed blink. And shout out to him. Like he's fighting. He's like
he's literally, you can see his brain figuring out the words in real
like,
time.
Don't lose my job. Don't lose my job. Don't fuck this up. So kudos to him, man. All right, let's get back to it.
But yeah, for right now it's fall, and we're trying to get as early as we possibly can to get in the hands of people as we can.
Okay, so September 30th, not out of the question. That is.
It is definitely not out of the question.
Yeah, see, he just drills that shit.
That is a great way of putting it.
Keep it 100.
Okay. Let's talk about the collection, the packages that you can buy that just got leaked today.
Sure.
Will those be available? Will you receive your collection package on day one, or will you have to get maybe the digital version in order to play it?
Capcom's
Marvel's
Capcom.
Yeah, it's going to be a digital release first, and it's really because we're working on with our physical partners on getting everything set up. We're still trying to find out a good release date. We hopefully won't be keeping people waiting very long, but all that stuff is kind of in motion right now.
Okay. Can you go over the list of games? We know today that Trilogy that we've confirmed that it's the PlayStation port.
Yes,
Can you give us a list of other games that are on it?
So
You see his face like, oh shit.
He's like, oh God, he's really asking me.
Right. You're killing me, bro.
Why did he ask those guys on stage?
He looked down at his phone like, what? This dude got some good questions.
He said, fuck. He's really drilling it on me. Pause. He's, oh my God. Dude, Rexer kept it 100, bro. He was like, he's literally like, look, I ain't trying to wait 4 fucking weeks to what else you got coming out. And this dude, he answered it well, but he did beat around the bush, gave us all the information we knew already. So I'm gonna skip this little part and skip past this.
Big thing, and that includes like all the console games. So Trilogy 2, so that is going to be arcade, Mortal Kombat 2, arcade, Super Nintendo.
Now I will get to the Trilogy part, I guess, so you could confirm it's PS1 only and nothing else.
Genesis, 32X, and Game Boy versions of those games. Mortal Kombat 3, arcade, Super Nintendo, Genesis.
Sucks there's no PS1 version since we're already doing PS1 version Trilogy, but okay, we're gonna keep going.
Ultimate is gonna just be arcade and Super Nintendo.
Very specific way, because if you're doing arcade, could have did Saturn and Sega Genesis, which is the better version.
Now, for me, that's a little surprising to hear. I've actually read it in Rexer's comments. I think I saw it in our comments. People were asking, why not Sega Genesis UMK3? Why not Mega Drive? So, of course, me being, a Nintendo kid back in the day who just scoffed at Sega Genesis back in the day. I like Sega now. Obviously, I'm a grown man. It's kind of, that was surprising news. Like, wait a minute, the Genesis version of Mortal Kombat 2 sucked to me, or the Mortal Kombat 3 sucked to me. The Super Nintendo version of 3 is tolerable. So hearing UMK3 is better on the Sega Genesis was a shock to me. I think we on the channel later on will play some of these versions that are not going to be on the collection because, I'm curious.
Yeah, we're going to have a
Mortal
Kombat. Yeah, we'll call it the Mortal Kombat Not So Legacy Collection video.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. But yeah, we're gonna get back to this. Yeah, the Genesis version just performs well. That's what it comes down to. You sacrifice the sound and some visual, but it literally plays like
Hmm.
really good. So
Okay.
yeah.
And then we have Trilogy for PlayStation that we're announcing this weekend.
And so that's not a bad thing. It's not a
No.
bad thing because they did announce that they are recoding the game to eliminate as much as the loading screen as possible,
Yeah.
which they showed. Did look great. It was pretty much instant, pretty much on par with the PC version, which is
Yeah.
pretty cool. But it's just weird because Trilogy has 64 PC. This even Gamecom, since we're doing handheld, just threw Gamecom in there just to troll.
Yeah. Shout
But
out to
I'm
Tiger
not mad. I'm
Electronics.
not mad. I'm not trying to be picky here either. But it was just it's very specific. I'm guessing with emulation and everything. But
Yeah.
yeah, Saturn Trilogy would have been cool as
I
well.
mean,
But
why not even the R zone, right, guys? Yeah.
fuck. All right,
Continue.
And then Mortal Kombat 4 for just the arcade, but the arcade one is kind of like the holy grail.
And then so to go back to this,
That's not 100% true though, because the home version has Goro as a boss character on the home version, which was really cool.
okay.
So I'm assuming that there's no reason to put the PS1 and maybe 64 version if and only if the second secret game is gold. If.
Yeah, that's cool. But I also think MK4 Arcade is a little bit more interesting in this situation
Uh-huh.
because emulating it even to this day is a nightmare.
Yes,
It's not
that is true.
accurate. It's all crazy. There's always something off.
Yeah.
So
This will
PS1
be a
emulation,
test.
PS1 emulation's fine because obviously we're gonna have a video. By the way, just cut straight to it. We're gonna play through pretty much. We're gonna call it the early access to Legacy Edition online. How to get you online playing these legacy games now with rollback netcode via Arcadesia. So stay tuned for that. That's coming like literally probably tomorrow or something. But when you play MK4 PS1 via Arcadesia, via DuckStation, via whatever, it runs fine.
Yeah, runs great actually.
So we always wanted to play arcade version. I love the arcade version, so I'm okay with them only choosing the arcade version. But like you said, you lose out those little quirky home features, but that's cool.
Yeah.
Like you lose out on meat
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Goro, But
And some
I'm not.
colors. There are some colors and extra skins. It's kind of reminds me of when they did the Street Fighter 30th anniversary. Like we got all the versions, but like, oh, we got Arcade Alpha 3. Like, oh, the PS1 version is kind of better. Luckily, they corrected that with Fighting Collection 2 with Upper. So now you have Guile and DJ, all the rest of those characters. So we'll see what they do.
But yeah, I agree. Like we'll see how this turns out. I'm not mad at this, even though we just got to say, oh, we wish we had 64 Trilogy and Saturn and all that. But for some reason, MK4 hasn't been seen emulation wise, at least properly. So this is going to be cool to see that. I can't wait till they present that. I'm happy they got to play Trilogy, but I would have liked to see MK4 at EVO. But I'm not complaining. I'm just really curious to see how the emulation turned out. But all right, here we go.
This can't even be emulated anywhere.
Yeah, see?
Being able to bring this to people is like actually amazing for us.
Arcade is better in my eyes for Mortal Kombat 4. Okay, let's talk about the FPS running on the arcade versions. You know it's an odd 54 FPS.
Yeah,
How are you emulating that?
56.8, I believe, or like 54.7 is.
Yeah, it's like a weird frame rate.
So we are trying to hit the emulation speed of that, but it's really difficult. We can't do like that frame rate. We're gonna break everybody's CDs. Okay. We are applying a solution which will allow us to get very close to that. And so it should have the exact feel for what the arcades were.
You already know what that means, pause.
Testing, trying to make sure that
you already know what that means. This frame rate stuff. Once again, I'm not trying to be that guy, but I can't play Street Fighter Anniversary. I rather play on my Super Gun because it's 2 frames off. Like,
yeah.
All right, guys. So yes, I appreciate them trying to make it as arcade perfect as possible, because if it's off by 1 second, whatnot, the hardest of the hardcore is gonna be, you see, this is why Fight game better. Shut your ass up. Okay.
And, and here's the cool thing though. They could cry, they could cry. There's no way to properly emulate this. There's no Fightcade is better. There's no MK4 and Fightcade. None of that shit. Okay. You're getting this package. It's a celebration of the fucking franchise. And Digital Eclipse puts in the work regardless, bro. Like, it's like, come on, dude. You guys are just people that complain about that shit. I seen it with the Street Fighter collection. Like, oh, it's horrible. It's unplayable. I've literally seen the word unplayable. Like, what the fuck? Just because you played on your mold machine, your
getting
asbestos box, you
getting
know?
splinters in your thighs.
Yeah, like, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, dude,
But yeah, I'm
for
glad.
$50, you get to play the arcade version of MK4 Online with rollback netcode. Then you get a custom modded version of Trilogy with the rollback
Yes,
netcode.
yes, literally the definitive edition
Fuck.
of Trilogy at the moment.
Yeah, sit the fuck down. All right, man. Let Digital Eclipse cook, man.
Application is actually working really well. Right now, we put it through NetherRealm, and they think that it feels like pretty accurate. So if they are saying that it's in a good spot, then like we're gonna keep trying to push forward on that.
See, and Rexer does good things. He reiterates words like arcade accurate, so nothing
Mhm.
slips under the radar. That's why I liked about this interview. He drills them. Pause.
What about crossplay between the platforms for online play?
Yeah, like I'll set a little bit of expectations where it's just like we're probably not going to have it at launch, mainly because there's a
That's a good thing. I'm glad they
Least-
at least that's out in the open. Like, there's no crossplay. And he's
lot of
saying
certification stuff that you have to do with platforms to get that done.
Yeah.
It is something that we definitely want to do. Like it is very high because it fits our profile of what we're trying to do with our game,
That's good
which
to
is
know.
try to get you connected with your friends as easy as possible, no matter what they're on, and enjoy this game the way that you used to enjoy it. So
Not
Okay,
at launch.
pause real quick. So it said not at launch, but possible. The only reason why I'm not going to hold my breath for this, because they never added crossplay for Cowabunga Collection, and I get it. Ninja Turtles, while popular in the gaming space, is not Mortal Kombat, and we know how
Yeah.
people want to fight. And trust me, this game won't be dead day 10 like Cowabunga Collection will be. Excuse me. I just really hope they do eventually get crossplay on here, because that would be a huge boon, no pun intended, to this game. Really would
Mhm.
be.
Yeah.
Really would be.
No, I agree. I think crossplay will save any of these games from dying, to be honest. And it's appealing to people. Sometimes crossplay will bring more sales in.
Yep.
People say, "Oh, this crossplay? Oh shit, I'm over right now."
Yep. I'll get
Because
you on Steam and I'll just play all y'all. Like,
yeah,
okay. Great.
yeah, and then that way people don't have to worry about double dipping. Like we're triple quadruple.
Literally, because there's no crossplay. If we knew
Yeah.
there was crossplay, we wouldn't. I don't know. So we'll
If
see.
there was no crossplay, yeah, I'd probably have like one version, and I'd
Mhm.
buy all the versions of that on one system. But
Yeah.
um, either way, I'm glad that's been said. I'm glad he asked that question. I'm glad that was answered. Like, they plan on doing it in the future. It's not at launch, which is cool, and we have some type of transparency, which is crazy. Like I said, I just find this crazy. A lot of this news always comes from everywhere else but the source. That's one thing that does trigger me. I can't lie. I hate that I got to find the release date from a leak through Xbox. I hate that Rexer had to interview people when they literally had a panel at
Yeah.
EVO, and it was the quickest panel. It was like 20 minutes long. They just talked about other shit the whole
Yeah.
time. And I hate that beat around the bush shit. Like, this was straight to the point. I think that's why I really like this interview.
yeah, I would say not at launch, but it is like literally the next thing on our list that we want to try to
See?
look into on getting ready to go. And that
Okay.
really is just us doing the work on getting it through platforms.
Okay, can you tell us about the lobby a little bit, about the ranking, about casual play, maybe
Yeah.
spectator mode for individuals? How many people in a lobby can you build? Anything you can give us on the online lobby?
So what I'll say is that we can't announce it just yet. We're working through the details and we're still trying to figure out exactly what we can and can't do. But I can give you the vibe of what we're trying to approach. And realistically, we looked at this era and we're trying to stay very true to the arcade era. And we know
Quarters
that
on deck.
what's really important is getting friends sitting around the TV, having a bunch of people standing at an arcade machine. We really want to do lobbies where we want to do them very accurate and like appropriate for these times, so that we're paying proper homage to what these games were.
So this is, I don't want to get too excited, but you know what vibe I'm getting from that answer?
What's that?
The MK9 King of the Hill.
Yeah.
Where the characters, the little avatars are watching the
Yeah.
screen and you're throwing tomatoes and rooting for each other. I don't want to jump the
I don't know if
gun.
it's gonna be that elaborate, but
No, I'm saying, like, the way he just made it seem like it's gonna be a cabinet, or so, I don't know. It could just be
Yeah.
simple. He's just trying to elaborately say, yeah, there's gonna be a lobby with spectate,
Mhm.
which there is gonna be a lobby with spectate. Basically, is what he's saying.
bro, I wouldn't care if you could just pick a Mortal Kombat profile picture and just have it just jumping up and down, just bouncing. It could be very basic, whatever. Why not? Just some type of way of showing us watching the match. That's all.
Yeah, like, it doesn't have to be elaborate. It could be like UMK3 and 360's lobby. I don't give a fuck. As long as we can watch the match
True.
and you can at
Spectator would
least
be
have
cool.
eight
Yeah.
8 to 10 people in there. That's
Yeah.
all I need. I don't even need a huge lobby. I don't need like a Tekken 8 thing where there's like 5 lobbies in one of 20
Right.
people a piece, and I, that's cool, but you don't need all that. Like
No.
it's but I like that answer actually. I like that we're gonna have something. All right.
And so that is kind of like the basis of what we're targeting. You can extrapolate kind of from whatever you want from that, but that is kind of like our guide point for what we're trying to accomplish.
Talking about arcade play and using an arcade joystick or,
Yes.
or accessories, will there be any arcade joysticks that come out, fight sticks specifically for this game that people can use instead of a controller?
Now this makes me laugh. This only makes me laugh because I know how Rexer is with arcades. He's true to it. He's true to the form. He believes arcade stick should fight arcade stick, controller should fight controller. That's just how he rolls.
Well,
There's nothing wrong with that. It's just funny he asked it because that's his shit right there. I just find that funny.
when I get the version on Steam, this is all day, baby.
That's
wait.
gonna be that's gonna have to be like that. Like
So, guys, you better check eBay or whatever because these fight sticks for PS3 and Xbox 360, they still around. You know,
Don't have anything peripheral-wise that has the controls, so
Where it'll show ping, wired,
it's really important.
maybe adding new games afterwards.
That's what I want to
What
see.
do you have for that?
So if you ever pay attention to any of our other digital clips products, we tend to come out with a lot of the games that come out late, like things that we weren't able to fit in, then something falls through and it's like, oh, we can add them in. There are a lot of things that we definitely want to add into this game, but it's ultimately going to depend on the success of it. The more and more that this game is like able to sell and more people are excited by it, the more that we'll be able to put it.
That's that old, hey guys, buy the Capcom collection, we'll get Darkstalkers back. Wrong. But I think in this case, he's probably not lying. The more success this is raking in money, they will add more to it. Now look, they did add online play for some Turtles games that didn't have it day one when the Cowabunga collection came out. I think it was TMNT 3, Manhattan Project. You couldn't play that online. And I think even Turtles in Time on Super Nintendo's, it was kind of like, okay, some of these games like Turtles 1 Arcade, I played this online before on 360 and PS3. Like, this is nothing new.
Yeah.
Like, can I play the Super Nintendo version online? It wasn't there day one, but they added it. So let's just hope that they can keep adding things to this game. And maybe they will add the Sega Genesis version at UMK3. Maybe they will add the 64 version.
I feel like that's what's going to happen. I don't think we're not going to get Shaolin Monks deception.
No.
I think we need to stop wishing for that. I know we want it, but let's be realistic. Like, it's
wait till Collection 2, dude. Wait till
Collection 2 or maybe even just separate releases of these games because they're bigger in scope, bigger in emulation, much more work that needs to be put into these. These are just like arcade. All these games together are under 10 gigs.
Right,
you know
they can fit on a USB thumb drive for 8 gigabyte one, you know?
Exactly. So like,
no big deal.
It's just a bigger scope. So I think this is when we'll get the Trilogy 64, Saturn versions even. Genesis, like you said, Genesis UMK3. I do think it will be successful. A lot of people are excited. You could tell we're excited. I could pull this back up right here. 323.91. You know what I'm saying? So we're excited. We have a lot of info. Sorry we had an info dump on you guys, but we just had to do another video after all this wrapped up. And shout out to Rexer, shout out to Digital Eclipse, shout out to you guys, shout out to new subs. We appreciate you guys. And stay tuned for the new videos. And we also have a special announcement. We're gonna announce either on our next video or our next stream. So keep an eye on the channel because we will be streaming some MK. We will be talking about more MK. Don't worry. But we have a special announcement. It's going to be huge. And it pertains to Legacy Collection.
Yes.
So please subscribe, like the video, stay in tune. We have some shit coming up for you guys. But we are Next Gen Nostalgia. And we're out. Peace.
See ya.
Later.